to the Serengeti. We fucking hate Triple H. It's gonna leave a mark. Oh yeah, man.
To proceed with caution.
It's basic mathematics, man.
Shut up, bitch. Give me a fucking mic.
Hey, yo.
All right, for a minute there, I thought we lost him. Whoa.
Hey, yo.
Let's get into it, let me tell you.
Dummy. Yeah. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah. Yeah.
NXT stand and delivered this year, which was my WrestleMania 42, because I am not watching that bullshit right now. I'll talk about it at the end of the review, but first and foremost, and get straight into the show right here. We start off with Mr. I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I got the looks that drive the girls wild. Mr. Old Man Michaels went out there, did the pose, took a whole bunch of muscle relaxers to be able to do so, or introduce the host for tonight's event, Sexy Red. Ooh, I'm not gonna hold you. She did look good out there. Right? That's probably like the first time I've seen her where I'm like, you know, she actually looks decent. You know what I mean? Like actually sexy for once. All right. Sean was like, if you're not down with Stand and Deliver, I got 2 words for you. I'm old. You're too old to be doing that shtick. All right, Sean, it's over.
You're done. You're washed. It's over.
First match of the night is a triple threat match for the NXT Women's World Championship. You got Kendall Gray, who seemed like the majority of fans there want her to win. And listen, like, I like Kendall. I do. All right. Is she my favorite? No, she's not. But, you know, she is very good in that ring. I'll give her that. I mean, like, lacking in personality, but makes up in the ring and her looks. I mean, she has to look. I mean, she can't talk. You know what I mean? I mean, like, she has all the tangibles, all the prerequisites that you need. And at some point, she will become an NXT Women's World Champion, but it ain't tonight. Next, we have the Vice City season, the Muy Caliente, Lola Vice. All right. And last but not least, we have the reigning, defending, undisputed NXT Women's World Champion, the leader of Fatal Influence, Juicy Jane, aka JC Jane. And this was a good match because I was into it. I'm like, this is like a 50-50, because I'm like, ain't no way JC is walking out with that belt. Ain't no fucking way. Alright? And I'm like, they could have fucked around and gave it to Kendall. They could have. Alright? Because at one point, like, there were a bunch of blackouts going on, and that's because there was a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction with JC. You know, like, I wasn't paying attention at first because I missed it and I had to go back and watch. And I was like, oh shit, now I see why. Because I had a little nipple action going on there. You know what I mean? Like, her titties were exposed. You know what I mean? But she powered through it. You know what I mean? Hey, JC, shit happens. You know what I mean? Like, but she handled like professional. Alright, got through the match. Alright, fast forward to the finish. Just that roaring elbow to Kendall, knocks her ass out the ring. Full of Vice hits a back fist to JC, knocks her ass out for the 1, 2, 3. And new NXT World Champion Lola Vice. About motherfucking time. Especially on this channel. Like I said it fucking back the first time where she fought Roxanne. Like, she should have knocked her fucking ass out and become the NXT champion back then. But they fucked around. And, like, granted, she did cut one of the worst promos I ever heard in my entire life. Even though they told her to go out there and do it. Still, she still won that fucking match. But fast forward, like, 2 years later, she finally has her moment. Alright? So I am happy for Lola Vice. Well deserved. And I think that makes her 2-belt champion, 2-belt Lola, because she still has the, the mixed tag team championships down there at AAA. I think she's tagging up with Mr. Iguana, if I'm not mistaken. So, big ups to Lola Vice. No, she deserves it. Moving on to the next match, which is for the NXT Tag Team Championships. We have Los Americanos, as Simone. Going up against the Mean Street Posse, aka Beverly Hills 91210, aka Dawson's Creek, rest in peace James Vanderbeek, aka Because I'm Saved by the Bell, the Vandy Project. Alright, you got Pete Gas, you got Rodney, and you got the other dude, Joey Abs. Which one's which, it don't fucking matter. Alright? I know, like, their names are like, one's like Ricky, the other one's like what, Brad? The other one's, is it Drake? Yeah, I think that's your names. Alright? Didn't give a fuck about this match. Why? Because it's predictable. Alright? They're not gonna drop the belts to fucking Los Americanos. Right? They got Tyler Bate doing this fucking goofy shit for some fucking reason. Alright? And even though he had like my favorite spot in the match, we did like the double Northern Light suplex to both the, was it Rodney and Pete Gas. You know what I mean? So, well, you fast forward to the finish. A Vandy Project hits their tag team finisher. It was like an inverted DDT and a diving foot stomp for the 1, 2, 3. And still NXT Tag Team Champions, the Mean Street Posse. Moving on backstage, we see Sexy Red. She's partying with Shiloh Hill and Tatum Paxley. We see Ricky Maivia come through, and he was like, "What are you doing partying with these losers? You need to come and party with a winner, especially after I won the NXT Championship here tonight." All right, I'll show you how a real player moves out here in these streets. You feel me? You dig? You got me? And you catch my drift? Stupid. All right, but moving on to the next match. Grudge match between Zarya and Soruka. Now, heading into this match, I figured Zarya was going to be the winner. You know what I mean? Because they're trying to build her up to go after the NXT Women's World Championship. You have Soruka, who seems like she's destined to head to the main roster. You know, they're talking about tweaking her video package and her presentation and all that shit, right? Even though we see what happened with Tiffany Stratton, completely remove any resemblance of her character down NXT. So I don't want that for Soruka, you know what I mean? But it's only a matter of time, you know what I mean? Especially after what happened in this match. Fast forward to the finish, Soruka hits an Avalanche X Factor into the Snow Snatcher for the 1, 2, 3. Soruka goes over. So that's it. That's it for the feud. Obviously, they went with Soruka, even though I think it was a mistake. I think Zarya should have won here, but what do I know? What can you do? All right. Then move on backstage. We see the best segment of the night. We see Sexy Red and Muy Caliente, Vice City season, a little Vice twerking backstage. And Sexy makes sure she got herself a handful or two of them cheeks back there. Moving on to the next match. That's for the NXT North American Championship. We have fuckface Johnny Gargano, which I'll go easy on Johnny. All right, I won't talk too much shit about him. You know what I mean? Even though, AKA Johnny Takeover, does nothing for me personally. You know what I mean? Like, his wife, good wrestler, but her being attached to him makes me not want to care about her. You know, like, this by association. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But he's going up against the reigning, defending, undisputed NXT North American Champion, Miles Bourne. It was an okay match. Like, I didn't get into it because I'm like, ain't no fucking way Gargano is winning that belt here tonight. He doesn't need it. And maybe he's on his way out. He wants to join AEW with his boy Ciampa and reform DIY out there and shit. Mix up with the Young Cucks and the Outrunners and the Infantry and Don Callis family and other fucking tag teams they got. It's like an Edge and Christian, you know what I mean? And fucking a TR. All those guys out there, you know what I mean? So he fast forwards to the finish. Miles Bourne hits the kind of like a springboard, Born Again, which is like the zigzag or the Danger Zone. Yeah, hits another Born Again or Danger Zone. Yeah, he needs a new finisher because that ain't working for me. Like when Ziggler does it or Nemeth, like it's smooth. You know what I mean? With Bourne, it's awkward. You know what I mean? Plus, he's bigger than Gargano, so it looks weird as it is. So I'm like, all right, bro, just do the RKO already. I'm like, you want to do the RKO, you know? But Miles is Bourne again for the 1, 2, 3, and still North American champion, Miles Bourne. Then we see my nigga Dion Lennox who cracks his deuce back with a steel chair, hits his finisher on top of the steel chair, making his presence felt that he's coming after that North American Championship next. Alright. Afterwards, we go backstage, we see a segment with Soruk and Izzy Dame, who's now calling herself the Great Dame. Which I'm like, is she calling herself the dog? You know what I mean? Like it sounds good, but I'm like, there's actually like, you know, the Great Dames, them big ass dogs out there. I know a buddy of mine's had one. Like, I mean, that's what you want to call yourself. I mean, hey man. Okay, Izzy. They're setting up a match this week on NXT against these two. Moving on to the next match, that's for the NXT Women's North American Championship. We got the challenger, the Glamour, Blake Monroe, who stole the championship from the reigning, defending, undisputed Women's North American Champion, Tatum Paxley. This was my favorite match of the night. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I love this match. Right? There's at one point, like, my favorite sequence was when Tatum hit a superplex into a snap suplex into a fisherman spinebuster. I'm like, I've never seen that before. Like that was so sick. It's like every time I see this woman wrestle, she's adding new moves to her arsenal. Like, that was sick. You know what I mean? Like, all that work that she's been putting in the ring, it paid off. You know, right? Like, she is fucking great in that ring. Right? But Blake got hers with a sunset flip power bomb to the outside. That was a nasty bump. All right, but we fast forward to the finish. Tatum hits the cemetery drive after countering the Glamour shot for the 1-2-3, and still NXT Women's North American Champion Tatum Paxley. This was the right move. All right, Tatum needs a nice little run with that belt. All right, eventually you can call her up too. You know, at some point. You know what I mean? But you know, I think Tatum's fine where she's at right now. Like, they don't necessarily need her on the main roster because they don't know what the fuck they're doing anyway. Like, just look at Julia, for fuck's sake. Alright? Or Stephanie Vaquer. You know what I mean? Fucking completely cooled off all their momentum. Like, just with just trash, garbage booking. Right? So, and I do feel bad for Blake. But at some point, they're going to give her the belt. Meaning the NXT Women's World Championship. Where it's only a matter of time, because she's too good. Alright? But we move on backstage, Dark State, or I was born in the darkness. We got my nigga Shaquan Sugars, aka Lucky Ali, feeling some type of way with Dion's actions tonight. He says, hey bro, what the fuck was that? You know, like, hey, we ain't your lackeys, bro. Because it seems here recently, like, you been doing shit for you, bro. Like, we out here starving, my guy. And like Dion was like, hey, it's not even like that. Like we're still a group, man. He's like, oh yeah? Because it doesn't feel that way, man. You know what I mean? Like what about us? You know what I mean? Like, we came out here, we didn't do shit. And here you are going out there going off the miles, bruh. Like, that's not what Dark State's about, man. Like, it's like, listen, like, we're all gonna eat, bruh. I got you, man. Because remember, if Dark State strikes, ain't nobody safe. Right? So they're teasing dissension between Dark State, alright? And that leads us to the main event. Alright, Fatal 4-Way for the NXT World Championship. We have, it's not confidence, it's all ego. Mr. Ethan Page, who his ring gear, I think that's the best ring gear he's ever wore. Like that was a good look for him. You have Ricky Maivia. You got the Brotherhood Paladin from Fallout 4. Tony D'Angelo, because he's no longer the Don, which sucks, but it is what it is. Right? And then we have the reigning, defending, undisputed NXT World Champion. Wave your hands from side to side and say, hey, I believe in Joe Hendry. Fucking Booker T, bro. Hilarious. I believe in Joe Hendry. Dun, dun. Alright. I had Joe retaining here, but boy was I wrong. Alright, so we fast forward to the finish. Alright, and it was a good match. Right, I didn't really get into it towards the finish. right? Because we see Tony got the Zenkai boost going crazy, all right? He does a spear to both Ricky and Ethan through the table. He then powers up, hits that dead to right spine buster to Joe Hendry for the 1, 2, 3, and new NXT World Champion Tony D'Angelo. And that's it for Stand and Deliver. Alright. I'm happy for Tony. You know, Tony Tone. Even though I do miss the Don. I'm not gonna hold you. You know what I mean? Some people were criticizing the gimmick itself, that it was corny or that it was cheesy and that it wouldn't work on the main roster. I'm like, why not? You know what I mean? You don't know that. I could picture him going up to Roman Reigns being like, oh, look who it is, huh? It's the big dog. You know, they call you the tribal chief. Chief of where? Not my neighborhood. some shit like that. You know what I mean? But I'm happy for Tony. You know what I mean? Well deserved. You know what I mean? Like all champions right now, I like. Even Miles. He doesn't really. He ain't my favorite by any means, but I like Miles. I do. Like there's potential in him. So yeah, this was a good pay-per-view overall. Shawn did his thing, you know what I mean, and no complaints. Honestly, like what I would like to see moving forward, put the tag team belts on OTM. I want to see my nigga Keanu Carver win that NXT World Championship. Like for the women's, keep the belt on Lola for a minute. Like, I don't know who I would have beat her at this moment. As far as the North American Championship, but like really, I'll just keep the belts on both Tatum and Lola. You know what I mean? I don't know who I would have go over on those two right now. You know what I mean? The best friends, the best chicas. Oh, and before I forget, I'll talk about WrestleMania 42. All right, because this was my WrestleMania 42. All right, like I see what's going on. I'll be keeping tabs, and like I haven't been watching, but I see the headlines. Like I seen the news with Pat McAfee being the dude that Randy Orton's been talking to for weeks now. I'm like, apparently it was TKO's decision to involve Pat McAfee here, you know, and then they told Cody to go out there to shoot from the hip, like he's supposed to be disgruntled, even though he's a top guy. Like, none of this shit makes fucking sense. You know what I mean? And you're gonna tell me that you took the belt off Drew McIntyre so that you can put fucking Pat McAfee and involve him in the main event for fucking WrestleMania 42 night 1? I'm pretty sure that's the main event, right? Night 2 is fucking Punk and Reigns, right? So it's like, it's fucking stupid, man. It's again obvious that these people have no fucking idea what they're doing, all right? And it's a shame, you know, and their ticket sales reflect that. You know, they're wondering, oh, we gotta boost these ticket sales. So if you were smart, you would have had Logan Paul versus Tom Brady at WrestleMania 42. Best believe Vincent Kennedy McMahon, damn it. If he was involved, you know, if he was still in charge, we would have got that match. You know, like how do you waste that opportunity? Like, whatever. I don't want to go off on a tangent because I'm gonna get annoyed and irritated thinking about how fucking incompetent and stupid these people are. But that's all I gotta say about this shite. All right, y'all let me know how y'all felt about NXT's Stand and Deliver this year. Right, what was your favorite match, favorite moment, all that good stuff. But what's enough of you guys' time? With that said, be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, protect you and yours, loved ones, stay warm, stay dry, stay frosty, but most importantly, trust in God. God be with you. I'm out of here. Got a lot of reviews on the way. Got Mario Gold, New Japan. I'll try to get in Stardom with that Cinderella tournament. NWA still coming. Bunch of shit, man. There's no shortage of shows for me to review. Right? There's other videos I want to do. Like there's one on Athena, who wants to break Bruno Sammartino's record. I kind of want to do a video on that. So, a bunch of shit I want to do. But until then, I'm out of here. So, till next time, adios.